Guys, this is Martha the Reading Hedgehog with a special video. So this is part of my guest post. For those of you reviewing this on my blog, you probably figured that out. And it's part of my topic this month is On Your Shelf. So I was inspired by a book tag that's been going around BookTube, and I don't know who started it, but the first time I saw it, I think, was on Reagan's channel on Peruse Project. I'll link it down below. So basically, you have your shelves and your bookshelves, and then you count how many shelves you have. So I have 31 shelves, and then roughly I think I have about 10, maybe 16 books per shelf, give or take. And then you have a set of numbers. I assigned 10, and the first number in that set is a shelf, and then the second number refers to a book on the shelf. So then you find that book and you kind of pull it off and just kind of talk about it. And you randomly choose these numbers. I was going to assign them, but decided not to. So I have my set. So my first set was Shelf 10, Book 5. So the fifth book on my shelf number 10 is Ghost Night by Cornelia Funke, or Funke, however you like to pronounce it. I took the little purple dust jacket off because it kind of annoyed me. This is a middle grade supernatural book. That I got mostly because I buy all of Cornelia Funke's books. I love her books. I don't care, what age group they are. I just love them all. And I think this came out in 2012, and I bought it from Barnes & Noble, I think, probably, more than likely. I bought most of my stuff from Barnes & Noble until I started working at a bookstore. I just really enjoyed it. I think I gave it 4 out of 5 strawberries. It was just really fun. It takes place at an English boarding school, and this kid has been haunted by these medieval knights and stuff, and it was just really fun. And of course it's got illustrations, because it's a Cornelia Funke book, and I don't know of any of her books that are not illustrated. So the next set was Shelf 5, Book 2. So the second book on that shelf was The Dark Unwinding by Sharon Cameron. This is the first book in the Dark Unwinding duology. It is historical fiction, mystery, slightly steampunkish. I gave this book 5 out of 5 strawberries. I loved it. I bought it from the University of Washington bookstore because it was on sale, and it had a signed, a book plate inside that was signed by the author right here. I should put that in my goodies box. I just really liked it. It has a great vibe, it has great writing style, it's got great characters, it's just really, really cool, and I love it. The next set of numbers is Shelf 7, Book 6, and that would be The Field Guide by Toni D. Terlizzi and Holly Black. This is the first book in the Spiderwick Chronicles. I got this one at work, so Book and Brush. I have not started reading this series yet, but I do want to because it just looks cool and it looks really neat on my shelf. And they're really cheap books and they're really short, and I should get around to reading them because I bought them for that reason. So I will, because it looks really cool and fun and all that. My next set, I'm running out. I just did 3 books. Okay, so my next set is from Shelf 20, Book 1. So Hollow City by Ransom Riggs is the first book on Shelf 20. It is the sequel to Miss Peregrine's Home for Peculiar Children. I have not read it yet. I did read Miss Peregrine's Home, gave 3 out of 5 strawberries. I would like to read it again because I'm not actually, I'm still trying to decide what I really thought about it. But I bought the sequel because at Walmart because it was on sale, and I was bored. So I bought it. I'm really looking forward to reading it because it's interesting, at least. My next set is from Shelf 31, Book 10, and that is Snow by Tracy Lynn. This is part of the Once Upon a Time paperback book series, which, by the way, has nothing to do with the Once Upon a Time ABC show, not at all, except that these are fairy tale retellings and much better than the show. This is a retelling of Snow White. I have read it before. It was a very long time ago. I need to reread it. I'm really liking it. I think, if I remember correctly, this is my favorite Snow White retelling. It's just really, really cool. The next number is Shelf 1, Book 8, and that is The Golden Dream of Carlo Ciccio by Lloyd Alexander. I believe it's I think it's considered middle grade. Adventure, fantasy, typical Lloyd Alexander. Takes after the Arabian Nights. I have read this before, it's been a long time, so I want to reread it at some point. I remember really liking it up until the end. It has always been my personal opinion that Lloyd Alexander is a terrific storyteller until he has to write an ending to a story. It's like he gets tired of writing the story, and so he just kind of throws an ending together. The only series that doesn't feel like that is the Westmark trilogy. Now, I have not read the Chronicles of Puritan, so that could be another exception. But aside from that, all of his other books, he has very weak endings, and it's sad because he has very good characters and very good settings, and he's a terrific writer. But his endings are very, very weak in my opinion. But I'm looking forward to rereading this one whenever I get the chance. So the next one is Shelf 8, Book 3, and that is I Am Rembrandt's Daughter by Lynn Cullen. I'm pulling a lot of obscure books from my shelf. This is historical fiction. I read an arc of it a long time ago. I got the arc from the library. They had some extra arcs, and so I just kind of picked it up. Obviously, I'm going to reread it, because I want to know what I think of it now. At the time of reading it, I remember liking it, I think. I also kind of remember it being a little boring, but I guess we'll see. I got this at Powell's City of Books. I forgot to mention, Golden Dream of College Chew I got from just a small used bookstore that's in town. It was there, so I just picked it up. Yeah, so I do look forward to reading this again. I remember liking it, but I also kind of remember being a little bored by it, so I'm not exactly sure why I bought it. The next set is Shelf 8, Book 9, and that is Assassin by Patricia Finney, the first book in the Lady Grace Mysteries series, another one I have read. I also got this at Powell City of Books a long time ago. This is Elizabethan era middle grade mystery series. Lady Grace is one of the ladies in waitings. Maid of Honor. Lady in Waiting's and Maids of Honor were different, by the way. She's a Maid of Honor to Queen Elizabeth, and she's really good at solving mysteries, and so, like, each book begins with a letter from the alphabet, so this is Assassin. And each one, she solves a mystery, but the mysteries are some of them are connected, so they're not like Nancy Drew. You do have to read them in order. Sadly, these are no longer published in the US, so I have all the way up to E, F. But they have not been published in the US for several years, so one of these days I'm going to have to go over to the UK and buy the rest of these, or get them on Amazon, we'll see. Except I hate Amazon, trying to put small bookstores out of business. The next one is Shelf 16, Book 3, and that is Brazen by Catherine Longshore. This is a new book. Another Elizabethan era book. I obviously have not read it yet, because I just bought it. And I'm slowly but surely making my way through this. But I bought this at work, and it sounds amazing, and I can't wait to read it, even though it's in present tense. But I'm looking forward to it, because it's so pretty, and it's Elizabethan era. Okay, and the last book is from Shelf 12, and it is the 9th book on that shelf, and that is The Minister's Daughter by Julie Hearn. I think I got this from Powell's as well. I did. This is another historical fiction. It actually might be historical fantasy. Obviously, I have not read it yet. This actually was a whim buy. I thought this had been on my to-buy list, because I think I've read something else by Julie Hearn, and the title sounded familiar, so I was like, oh, I'll just buy it. Because it was like $3.95. But it turned out it actually wasn't on my to-buy list, and it wasn't even on my to-read list. So I guess we'll find out whether or not I like it. Yeah, that's what happens when you have a lot of money to spend at a bookstore. And lots of lists that you forget to bring with you. So those are my picks for this guest post / book tag challenge, whatever you want to call it. And I don't know what my topic for my guest post will be next month. I haven't thought that far ahead. I should, but I haven't. But if, of course, it's like something like this again, I will do another video and have fun making it and all that. And until next time, I hope you guys have a great day, and I will see you later. Bye.